Your spouse was terribly injured as a result of a careless doctor, and now you become a slave to his injuries, to helping him each and every day through every aspect of his life. Is there a way for you to also bring a claim if your spouse brings a claim for medical malpractice here in New York? You want to know the answer? Come join me for a moment as I share with you this remarkable information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney practicing law here in the state of New York. The answer is yes, there is. That's known as a claim for loss of consortium. That's a fancy legal term that basically says, as a spouse who has now taken over many of the daily activities that your spouse did, guess what? You have the ability to obtain compensation as well. Now, you didn't physically get injured, but now because of your spouse's injuries, your spouse is no longer able to do all these things that he normally would have been able to do before getting injured. And now you've had to pick up all the slack. You've had to do everything not just for yourself and for your family, but also everything that your spouse did. And that is compensable, which means you have an absolute right to bring a claim at the same time that your spouse brings a claim for medical malpractice. You have now literally become a slave to your spouse, because now your spouse needs help doing everything that he normally used to do, whether it involves feeding, bathing, cleaning, cooking. All of those things now become a factor and become part of the claim for damages in this particular medical malpractice case. And so now how do you prove that? Well, you prove that by getting up and testifying and explaining to the jury, or in pretrial testimony to the attorney who's questioning you, about all those things that you now have to do that your spouse was able to do beforehand without a problem. And now you literally explain, you look to the jury and tell them about how you are virtually a slave. You can't go out, you can't do any of your activities. Why? Because you are so busy taking care of your injured spouse that now your life is destroyed. Your life is ruined. All because somebody else was careless. A doctor violated the basic standards of medical care. And now it has a ripple effect on your entire family. So why do I share this great information with you? I share it with you because this question comes up often, where the spouse who now becomes the slave to the other one's injuries asks if they can include that claim together with the claim for medical malpractice. You know, I understand you're watching this video because you probably have questions or concerns about your own matter. Well, as long as your matter happened here in New York and you're thinking about bringing a lawsuit and you have questions that need answers, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your questions. You know, this is something I do every single day, and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, G-E-R-R-Y, @oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.